I'm telling you. Oh. Purper, I was kidding. Don't give everyone the stink eye. No. You move over.
One with Mike.
It's an announcement. It's the one with Mike. All right. What shall I start with today? Ooh,
Emojis.
No, what?
Emojis.
Emojis.
They do have emojis. This is true. I just now noticed. All right, Marvel's got emojis. Okay. This one's better. This one's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys know I've been reading all of the Marvel books. So this is Amazing Spider-Man 793, Dan Slott, Brad Stegman, you know, all the goodies. All right, so they've got just about every version of Venom running around, including a full Eddie Brock Venom, a partially Price Venom, who's basically spitting into everyone, like he's... When we last saw him, he spit on Spidey, so Pete's got part of a Venom on his face, and so now he's acting all weird and being a bad guy. Lee's got a whole bunch of bad guys that he's got running around with him. All they have is Venom masks on that are, you know, they are the real symbiote. They're just pieces and parts. And then you've got Flash Thompson. He has got the anti-Venom suit on right now. He's our only hope, I think, at this point. And the person who originally owned the symbiote that Lee Price has been using shows up and wants to have it back. And then all kinds of other chaos. If you love Venom, you should totally get this. This cover is to die for, by the way. It's incredible.
It's great.
Mine's done. Yours.
Alright. I'm going to start.
So do they make Venom out of, or anti-Venom out of Venom?
With some other stuff, yes.
Start with Flash number 37.
Oh, it's on.
It is. So, last issue, we see things are not what they seem to be at Iron Heights. And, well, as you can see, you know, Captain Cold totally has one of his guns. One of his freeze.
Can we do the spoiler now? That they broke out, or is it still the spoiler-free zone for that?
I'm gonna say it's still a spoiler.
But I want to talk about it. It's cool.
But it's weird though because, well, I guess if you read the last one, then you know.
How about do a hint like this? If you read the very first Flash series that came out of the beginning of Rebirth and know who the bad guy was that came out of that, you know who has shown up again.
Yes. Well, and yeah, I really can't say much else without spoiling this one because
that's a pretty good hook.
Yeah, they tie very closely together. This issue and the last issue.
Yeah.
And but I cannot wait for the next one. So
it mentions that someone got killed. Did that person get killed in the last issue?
No, it was a few issues ago.
Okay.
It was
Is it a Rogues Gallery guy?
It was one of the rogues, and one of the other rogues took responsibility for it. So now he's in solitary confinement. Because of course it happened at
a plan?
From what I can tell, it's been part of the plan since the beginning, but they're not sure if that's actually who killed him, but they're in prison already, so it's like at this point, they can't just put everybody in solitary confinement because there's not enough cells there, so. But
you don't want to give too many of those guys together. They'll just plan stuff.
Oh, totally. But I have a bad feeling about some of the other staff that work at Iron Heights too. So
he's listening.
Literally,
he's listening.
Falling asleep.
No, he's listening. He's interested in the Flash.
Is what we say so boring as to put you to sleep, purr? Have you had a hard day of sitting around?
And trying to rub up on me.
Yeah. Hannah's very allergic to purr, so of course he's put himself really close to her.
Close enough, but not so close.
That's right. He's still trying to figure out what's wrong with me. Why won't you touch me? Right now it's because you stink. Go away!
Okay.
Alright, so my Marvel book is The Despicable Deadpool number 291. Deadpool Kills Cable. If you read it last issue, which is 2 weeks ago, I think, you know that Deadpool did kill Cable, but it's not as simple as all that.
No.
So he
Never is.
shows up to Strife's place, I guess, dimension, timeline, whatever, and presents to him Cable's heart, which it truly is.
Yes.
And then all chaos breaks out.
Of course.
If you've ever thought to yourself, this is what it feels like to be insane, when you have multiple timelines and multiple cables and multiple everythings, it's hilarious. And Deadpool drops his drawers in this issue, which is always fun, because who wants to see that? Like everyone loves it. Yeah, it has a cute emoji cover, so if you like emojis, yeah.
And Snapchat filters.
And double crosses. Many double crosses in this. Yeah, I like it when Deadpool gets to be bad Deadpool. Wait, you want to go?
I can do my Marvel book. This is Star Wars number 1001 by Blacker, Acker, and Mayhew. And it is the Storms of Krayt. So in this one, they go to some planet that's got white salt and red salt. And they visit the planet, and it's Luke and Leia. And they in there announce that exactly what the cargo was that Han was carrying when he dumped his cargo, and Jabba the Hutt got so angry with him. So that's what's in this book. Luke and Leia go to Salt Planet.
Great, what you see in The Last Jedi.
What? Have you seen The Last Jedi?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Great, it.
This is my husband who went to go see this movie with me.
Hi.
He's very sweet.
I was being spoiler free.
Yes.
You were not being spoiler free.
But that's not a spoiler.
But it's not sand.
It
It's salt.
It was in the trailer, though.
That there was salt. There was salt.
Who cares? It's like red stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was that or crystal blood.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A living planet. Oh wait, that's Guardians of the Galaxy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got that covered.
This is his long lost sister, frozen salt planet.
Elsa.
Now you'll never be able to watch that movie again without thinking, oh no!
Alright. Detective Comics 971. So this is more about so it ties in with Fall of the Batman, of course. And Clayface. So there's more of Clayface's because we saw last issue that there was supposedly a cure for his condition, and
Is it a kill?
you remember that, right? And it was like, they were gonna have to test it. So he was like, well, there's one person that we can test it on. She didn't like the idea of being cured too much.
Porcelain lady.
Her name is Grace.
No, I don't know that person.
And he, because of something that he did in his past, he hurt her and made it so she's got
You're good.
so she's
By
got.
the way, that's cat for punk.
It is. So like she's got like, his face is. Yeah.
Clay.
Part of her face is also clay, but half of I'd say about a third to a half is not completely clay. So she's more of a, I guess more, you'd probably guess that she was called more of a freak than Clayface because she's not completely monster.
I'm still pretty sure that you cure clay in a kiln, and then it becomes something like rock. So maybe it becomes like Ben Grimm when he's done. No, not a big rock. Are you sure?
By the way, something awesome happens at the end of this book that you have to read.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, that's kind of like in most books, but
super important.
Yeah, you'll want it.
So,
all right. We've been searching for Tony Stark for a while in Invincible Iron Man. This is $5.95. You will probably want this book if you like first appearances or maybe re-emergences, and I can't tell you anything about whether it really has him returning or not in it, because it's questionable at the end whether I know what I've seen. Who knows? It's really, really good, though. There's a section of this book where you think you're watching reality happen, and it's not. So you get to see more Victor Von Doom, you get to see some Riri, and you get to see Tony Stark AI, and Friday, of course, is smack talking the whole thing. Who's the other AI? So, yes, you should pick this book up, or you're going to be lost for the next one. And Brian and Michael Bendis don't ride no jump. We're glad to see you're home from the hospital, sir. Action come, man, my stomach's so loud. Sorry.
Should have had one of those grilled cheese sandwiches.
My husband just kept on bringing plates of food and putting it down next to me. It's awesome.
Right? Action Comics number 994. So
we're getting dangerously close to 1,000.
I know. I'm so excited. It's only gonna be something that's amazing. I know. So Booster Gold, and I love that he calls him Blue.
Did he just call him Blue?
He just calls him Blue. I don't know. I mean,
no,
because both of their costumes are blue. So
there's a Lego right in the middle of the floor that's going to be my doom later. Sorry. If you've ever stepped on a Lego, you know how painful it is.
So, what can I say about last issue without giving everything away? Because if I give stuff away from last issue, then you'll know more of things what will happen in this issue. So, if you've read it, big plot twist here. I mean, the cover does a great job of all the different.
So should I guess what goes on in it by looking
Oh,
at
you
this?
should totally do that. We should do that
Oh,
for this one.
Wow, does this answer the question about whether Jor-El is really Dr. Oz, or... Because this looks like Ozymandias.
Well, and that's just his outfit, though. That was his outfit. That's just his outfit. And
it's totally just his outfit, but he looks a lot like Ozymandias.
Yeah.
Baby. Yep.
See, he's following a road. See, he's following the broken people road.
Yeah, there's some broken people.
Follow the broken people road. Follow the broken people road.
Well, there is something that's broken.
Oh,
there you go.
So, that's all I'm going to say.
He knows it's coming.
They cured Mudface and then dropped him. It's not good.
Mudface?
That reminds me of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles adventures where Mikey calls him Mudbutt.
Mudbutt. Alright. You guys know we're huge fans of Donny Cates. Love the Donny Cates. And so he's been writing a couple of books for Marvel. Thanos is one of them. Doctor Strange is the other one. And they've both been like mind-blowingly good. Have been selling out like as soon as they come out.
And that's just his Marvel books.
Yeah, just his Marvel books and everything else. I have another one to read today too. This is also Donny Cates.
Yeah.
So this is the storyline Thanos wins. Thanos number 14.
Does he win? Does he always win?
It's kind of weird because this issue is he's got young Thanos going up against his older, grizzled, I've been through everything and conquered everything, there's no worlds left to conquer Thanos self. So, yeah, it's younger Thanos getting put into his place.
Ooh.
Because he, thinks he can whoop everything, which is a little bit true. And he realizes something about his older self. It's really, 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 really good. And it sets up the story for the next jump. Bonehead.
Number 1. So, that's right. So this guy. So, it takes place in the future. And there are different gangs and they all do parkour.
Ooh.
So, lots and lots of action in this one. Lots of
parkour?
Yes, it's hardcore parkour. And lots of drones, lots of
like flying drones?
Flying drones. And lots of government restrictions and, like parkour is, off limits basically.
So it's like Footloose. No? Is it like the way people used to settle battles by breakdancing? Instead they settle battles by parkour?
No, they
not like that at all.
No, it's how people get around.
Okay.
But not like everyday people, like the gangs. And this is not, his name is 56 as far as I can tell. He doesn't talk a lot. He talks through emojis.
What?
Yeah. So he's calling one of the other gang members, because he's not really in a gang, but he kind of breaks up a gang fight, I guess. Like he kicks some major butt.
With breakdancing?
And no, parkour. parkour. And so some of the other guys run away, and he calls them a chicken by using a little chicken image. And I'm not quite sure how.
Did they show up in the sky?
It just is in a little speech bubble above his head.
All right.
But I don't know how other people can tell what he's saying. Like if that's like a whole actual visual thing. If so, like I want one of those. I want to be able to talk in just emojis.
Stop talking to each other and just be like beep beep boop.
Except it's not in his hand or anything. It's just It's just in his helmet.
Maybe through his maybe it like projects through his visor or something.
Maybe it's those little.
It looks very buggy.
Yeah, and there's other people with like all the other people are all wearing like these VR helmet things.
Oh, what's reality then?
I know. But from what I can tell, you have to be certified. And he's got a baseball bat, so, he's... Oh, no, maybe not. Looks like a baseball bat, right?
It looks like a baseball bat to me.
And a big sword. There's a giant sword.
Yeah, there's a sword.
Yeah. He's pretty awesome. Yeah. I'm not quite sure his whole story yet, but if you like parkour, if you like anything with a lot of action, this one's definitely one to pick up. So
Sweet. Image.
Yeah, it's from Image.
I still haven't left Marvel yet. Go figure. I like the Marvels. Phoenix Resurrection.
Really, I had no idea.
Yeah. Number 1 is out tomorrow. The thing you need to know is that Marvel is a really cool company that listens to its retailers. Not about everything. They change what they can, and they can't change some things. But they posted an image of this cover as a teaser. As it was supposed to be like a real incentive cover where you had to like buy, I don't know how many to be able to get this thing.
You guys have probably seen it if you're on the internet at all, because I saw it.
And we begged, please, please, please make this an open order. And so they did. So here's an open order variant, which I ordered as my main cover because it's way too pretty.
Yeah.
The other ones can't hold a candle, this gorgeous thing. So this is what they call the Art Gem cover. So it's a variant, but it's the one we've got. So we probably have some of the other ones, but this gorgeous thing is the one is our main cover for the store. All right, so the book starts with a lot of the mutants out hunting for what they've seen on Cerebro, which is usually they're looking for mutant signatures, right, to go find new emerging mutants. But in this case, it's some signature they've never seen before, so they don't know. It's not a mutant thing at all. So they go and try to figure out what's going on, and what they find instead of a mutant is 2 kids floating a foot off the ground that are bleeding from no wounds, and they are trying to figure out what's going on. And you get to see, of course, it's Phoenix stuff, so you're going to see some Phoenix things. But you actually get to see the actual Phoenix in this book. I think this is all leading into what's going on. And you see Jean, but not the way you're used to seeing her. I'm not real sure if they're saying that this is from a separate universe from the one we're in right now, but I don't really care because it's really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what this other thing is and what it's doing to the kids. Oh, I see. Mike's after it. All right, and I'm going to do a couple so that we end up even here. I'll do my 2 independents, so we both end up with DC.
Yeah.
Donny Cates, Redneck number 8. When last we saw JV, who's on the cover, he was being attacked by the no good, dirty other family member who came with him into the forest. So now he's stuck outside, and the sun's coming up. By the way, the 2 families that are warring are vampire families.
That's what I figured. I saw the cover
in Waco,
and I was
Texas.
like, oh no.
In Waco, Texas.
Yeah.
Of course. So they're rednecks. So, not because if you're in Waco, it doesn't mean you're a redneck. But these guys are definitely rednecks.
It's like, I'm pretty sure Baylor's totally not.
Yeah. So this book deals directly with...
went there.
If they go out and go try to find him, it's almost sunrise, so something bad would happen to the people that were out, or the vampires who were out looking for him. And then, do they have a traitor in their midst in general? Really amazing. And I just cannot even get over the art that's in EXO. Every single time a new issue comes out, I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
How many years did it take them to put this book together? I don't know if they put together all 12 issues before they went to press. But it looks like they spent 6 months on every issue. It's like painted gorgeous art. I have no idea. My mind can't even wrap itself around how gorgeous this stuff is. So this is EXO number 10. So we're firmly into the storyline that's, you've got Arik.
Hunters, right?
Yeah, this is called Hunters. So this is stepping away from Arik's storyline for this one issue. So when last we saw Arik, he's... fully implanted as an emperor over all the peoples. No one likes him because he thinks he's doing the right thing. And that weird, delicate balance that was happening with the old bad emperor who did everything wrong actually is even worse when you have a well-meaning emperor show up and mess up all of the balance between all of the peoples on the planet. So he's in a bad spot. And so they've hired, I can't remember who sits after him, but they have sent for bounty hunters to come and take care of him. So this is the storyline of the bounty hunters. So just imagine just a standalone story in which the bounty hunters are getting brought together and you learn some of their backstories. So it's really, really gorgeous and beautiful. I don't know how many times I can say that, but man. So you get to know them pretty well. Oh, Purr! Poor Purr, you've been attacked! They're bounty hunters, what do you expect? Your turn! The book.
Hawkman found. I've been waiting on this one forever. It's super important to Metal, especially if you've read the beginning parts of Metal, especially the Forge and the casting. And of course, Metal number 1, because this one has to do with Hawkman. And if you've read the beginning of Metal, and especially number 1, because that's how you can kind of see. It's very much tied in, and I know it doesn't include. It's not included on like the Metal T-shirt that they had and everything, and some of the other posters that they did, but it's super important and it's a super major tie-in.
And it says Metal on it, so you know it's legitly tied in.
Yes. And
it will be a complete sellout tomorrow everywhere. Just know that's just the way it's going to go down, and it might be hard to find, but I ordered heavily.
I've been waiting on it. I've been waiting on it since the beginning because I'm like, ooh, it's gonna be so good, and it was. And you guys just need to read it, cause
the last page.
Yeah.
All right. Just this tiny little book that no one was really paying attention to last month. No one ordered any.
No one?
No one ordered any. They just totally passed it by. No, I'm just lying. Doomsday Clock.
I still
Remember, number one sold out like first day for most stores. We've had some on the rack for a while afterwards. We finally got some more in.
Yeah.
So the second prints for number one are arriving on tomorrow, along with the first prints of number two. So you remember what happened for number one, in which you couldn't find any because they were all gone. Don't be caught short.
Yeah.
You absolutely, if you're going to read
and if you don't want a lenticular cover, now's the time.
Yeah, this is right. So yeah, you can get the first prints don't have lenticulars. The second prints of number one don't have lenticulars at all. So this continues on with a storyline in which we're exploring the possibilities that the universe of the Watchmen and the universe of the regular DC characters are intimately tied together. We're not really sure how. You get to see more Manhattan in this book. You get to see more Rorschach in this book. And you get to see another character that was assumed missing, dead, or otherwise reappear in this book. Don't miss this book. And there's pancakes. As promised. Always pancakes.
I verified there are pancakes.
Oh yeah. The way that they're writing this story, thank you so much, Jeff Johns, for taking the time to make things that we can read and we love. And all these nerds that have been following all these stories for all these years can have hours and hours of things to talk about.
Yes. Purpose is agreeing.
Purpose is punk. All right, everybody. Have a really good day. Go find a shop near you, comicshoplocator.com. You might be traveling still with your family and enjoying your holidays. Have a time of your life, just enjoying being with them. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
We'll see you next year.
Oh yeah, we will see you next year.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, next year.
Yeah, 2018.
By 2017. Bye, everybody. Finally.
Well,
good job, Pepper.
So I don't want to see more of Dr. Manhattan.